Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's presentation. My name's Aaron Byerlee. We're going to get going in around about 30 seconds. So last chance to text your neighbor, your friend, your team. Have you worked out how to monetize AI yet? I'm going to give you 30 more seconds and we're going to kick this show off. Okay, let's get stuck into it. We're well over 100 people. This is very exciting. My name is Aaron Byerlee. I'm based on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. Maybe in the Q&A or the chat, you've got it enabled. Let me know where you're tuning in from tonight, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you may be in the world. We've got people tuning in from all over the world. 40,000 people joined in just the last 4 weeks, and we are ready to launch. So for those that don't know, what is Lev AI? Let's go and find out. And the reason that I'm so excited about this, I've been involved in the direct sales industry for 27 years now. And, once every decade or two, something very different comes along that just gains huge traction, huge momentum. And I've been part of that one or two times over the last 27 years, enabling me, to make millions of dollars in this industry. Over the last 5 years, the channel has gone through a change and it'll come out the other side for the better. This company, Lev AI, is leading the way with that change, and people are seeing it. Obviously, AI itself is spoken about all over social media, all over mainstream media, in hallways, in boardrooms, every single day of the week, making our job very much easier because we've got the best solution for the everyday person, for the influencer, the networker, the affiliate, small business owners to leverage AI in their business and for a way for them to monetize AI finally. And for me, as AI has been developing over the last few years faster and faster, I was starting to feel myself get left behind a little bit. In the beginning, I sort of buried my head in the sand with AI and then very quickly realized that if you want to be an entrepreneur in 2025 and beyond, you are not going to be able to do that unless you somehow work out how to get ahead of the curve with AI. And when Lev AI came along, that was my solution, and hopefully it is for you as well. So let's explore this. I don't think we need to unpack, is AI going to be something in the future? Is AI something that's going to be big? I think you guys probably know that, and that's why you're here. But let's just put a couple of perceptions just to really drive it home on how big this is going to be. So Demis, head of DeepMind, says the difference here with AI is it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and maybe 10 times faster. Was the Industrial Revolution big? I mean, it was a changing of the guard. It was a huge time in our history. The CEO of Google says it is more profound than fire or electricity or anything we've done in the past. I don't know about you guys, but electricity was a pretty big deal and would be pretty lost without it. And here is, Sundar saying it's going to be bigger than fire, bigger than electricity. So these are smart people. These guys are putting money into it. They're ahead of the curve because they understand where this is going. A lot of people still don't quite realize where it's going. Let's unpack that a little bit more. Just to give you some actual figures to let you guys know, the UN Trade, who do a lot of research and development, predict that it's going to end up being by 2033, so not very far away, a $4.8 trillion industry. Now, to give you an idea of that, we sort of go from 189 billion in 2023, and it's really only been the last 2 years we've really seen leaps and bounds in the technology advancement in AI. To put that in perspective, the oil and gas industry, as we know, is huge, been around for 166 years. it's worth about 4.2 trillion. So it just goes to show how big AI is going to be, but how fast it's going to get there is kind of exciting, kind of scary, but we want to put you guys ahead of the curve. Now, less than 10% of the population are really utilizing AI to any sort of leverage, to any sort of monetization. But the entrepreneurs are on board with it. The entrepreneurs understand this. You guys are finding out about this before 90% of the population. And so, entrepreneurs, marketers, digital creators, 61% of them are already on board with AI. 38% say it's increased their sales and productivity, and 80% of entrepreneurs say AI gives them a competitive edge. Now, the 10% of the whole population that's even using this, that's going to go to 90% in the next 5 years. It kind of has to. It just will. And it's going to take over jobs and businesses for sure. But the majority of people aren't going to lose their job because of AI. They're going to lose their job because they didn't work out how to use AI. They didn't upskill when they needed to. And so, you don't want to be left still driving a horse and carriage. If you want to keep your job, if you want to keep your business relative, you're going to have to learn this stuff. You're going to have to leverage this stuff at some stage. And TikTok, it's going fast. The sooner, the better. So the real question is, as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, are you going to be a dinosaur when the AI media hits, if it hasn't hit already, or are you going to adapt and survive and be a crocodile? We want to make sure that we're always adapting as entrepreneurs, always learning, always ahead of the curve, always seeing the vision of the future so that we can exist, hundreds of thousands of years from now, right? And so this isn't just another AI plug and play. This is a full company that's launching for the long term. And when I look at companies to partner with, I don't just look at the opportunity or the money or the moment in time in a trend. I'm looking at who's behind the company because that's going to tell me if there's a good chance that this company is a success. Is this company still going to be around 20, 30 years from now? And for every possible crystal ball that I can have, which we never really know, I can tick every box that is possible to be ticked because of people like Blake Schroeder, because of people like Randy Schroeder, right? And so I like to get involved with, firstly, skilled people, secondly, good people, people that tell the truth, people that have integrity, people that work hard, people that have got your back to their best of their ability. And that's what we know about Blake over many, many, many years, many decades of being in this industry as a CEO, as ground floor of building up businesses, being right on top of AI. And when he saw this particular opportunity starting to gain some traction, when he met with a guy called Terry LaCour, it kind of started to paint a bit of a picture. There was a vision there, and Blake knew an opportunity when he saw one. He did not want to get involved with a product-based company. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with product-based. It's just hard work right now where the industry is at. So Blake recognized the moment in time. Randy recognized a moment in time. And yeah, he made hard decisions. He's got options out there in his career, but saw where this was going, could not ignore it. And 40,000 other people can't ignore it either over the last 4 weeks. And so you have company here, an individual here, you have infrastructure with merchants, shipping, staffing, tech team of over $7 billion in revenue over the last few decades. And so you need a team behind you with some money. That's just the truth because AI isn't cheap, tech isn't cheap. And we always want to make sure that our tech is ahead of the curve, that whatever is happening in AI out in the world, that we are ahead of that, we can implement that because otherwise you can become extinct very, very quickly. And so we have a whole tech partner behind us, we have a whole tech team in-house with us, and we are going to make sure that the back office and all of your AI tools are always really simple to use and always, cutting edge of the market. So that's really important for this actual opportunity here. And so Lev AI makes it simpler for entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow their business. No expensive CMOs, agencies, or complicated tech skills required. And I think Part of the appeal here is just how easy it is to use some very, very special tools that can really help the business. And whether you've got a team that helps you to put them into place, but I'm telling you, they're not rocket science to use. However, the tech is as cool as you've ever seen. So the problem that Lev AI solves is, kind of what I was going through. I've got three different CRMs running. I've got six different AI apps that I'm using that all cost quite a bit of money. They add up each month. They don't talk to each other. I've got to remember where the URL is and where it is on my phone. And it takes time to put it there and put it there. And so Lev AI has everything in one place for one membership that's very, very affordable. And it really can help with your lead gen, building the websites. We're going to go through a few of the things that it does, which I know you guys want to know. Over 200 people now on the Zoom. This, you can just see the excitement of where this is going, guys. I've never seen anything spread so quickly, and you don't want to sleep on this. So let's talk about the tools in my AI social, my network, my web, my momentum, my prospects. And there's more to it than this, but let's try and unpack them a little bit. My AI social. So if you're wanting to grow your social media following, if you're wanting to be more relevant, more consistent, say the right things, better things, some people are quite good at that, but they're just not consistent enough on their socials. Most people that I found, though, aren't good at that. They just don't quite know what to say. When they do put something up, they get 3 likes, and that's normally their mum and their dad and their sister, and they're following is growing, but very, very slowly. You grow a few, you lose a few. This is really going to help you get unstuck, stay consistent, and build your audience. So you might sort of know, you know what, I want to create some curiosity around Lev AI. So you write a post, but then you ask your AI social to make it sound better. And it can rewrite it in a way that's going to create curiosity, that's going to create engagement, that's going to create someone to reach out and inbox you and ask you your question. But you can also do that with your traditional business. With the pro package, you can have multiple different profiles, multiple different brands. For me, I run about 4 or 5 different businesses. So it excites me no end to know that I can have my AI twin. We'll get to that in a minute. I can have socials for this business. I can have website for this business. It's just going to be a one-stop shop for me to really help me to monetize AI, but also help me with all my businesses that I have. My network. So you can import contacts here with your CRM. So you can put your contacts in there. You can upload a spreadsheet, but you can also just take a screenshot of somebody's Facebook profile, somebody's LinkedIn profile, upload it straight into the Lev AI app, and it's going to put it straight into the CRM. Here's their first name, here's their last name, here's their contact details. It's also going to give you a bit of a prompt on how to engage with that person. So it's going to give you a bit of a summary and say, hey, this person's really into basketball. They're really into business. It looks like they're doing franchising, whatever it may be. If you want to help them with their franchise business, or you think they might be interested in Lev AI, here's an inbox message that I would write to them, which I think would get their attention because you guys don't know each other. This is a complete cold reach out. Here is the best message you could write to them where they might go, whoa, who is this person? This sounds interesting. And they're going to write back to you. Then it's going to track the interaction and say, now I would write this. And you might use that word for word, or you might go, actually, that sounds really good, but I'm just going to change that last sentence because that doesn't really sound like something I would say. But it's going to give you a lot of great closing, relationship building, rapport building messages that you can write. So the CRM is very interactive. It prompts you, it helps you, it's just going to make life really, really easy for you. Then we have, that's the screenshot that I was talking about, straight into the CRM, does all that. My web. So I've used this technology and it's pretty cool. And so when you first log into your Lev AI back office, when all the tools are going live, which is any second now, if you're in the US, it's probably tomorrow. Get in there and just take some time to get to know each other. Right? It sounds like a weird thing to say in 2025. You're getting to know your AI avatar, your AI twin. But the more information that you can give it, the better it's going to perform for you. So if it understands you as a person, here is my personality. Here's how I speak. I'm always funny, or I'm always serious, or I'm always to the point, or I like to show jokes in there, whatever it may be. The more it understands you, the more it understands each one of your businesses, the more information that you could give it, the better websites it's going to build, the better conversations it's going to have with your prospects, the better everything that it's going to do. So take some time when you log in to put the biggest descriptions down of yourself, your goals, your businesses, and it's going to be really, really great with your interaction. But you can put in, and I did this. I just gave it my other websites that I have. I gave it my Facebook page. I wrote some dot points down, and then I literally press one button, preview, and it built a website for me in 10 seconds. And it was pretty impressive. It might not have been a website that I would necessarily go live with, but I could have had opt-ins, name, email, phone number. I probably would have just cleaned it up with, I'll change that picture to that picture. But you can build a website that you are super proud of in 24 hours. And you do not need to be technical at all. This is really going to help small businesses. You could build a landing page for Lev AI. You could build landing pages for any other business that you have. My momentum, I'm going to use this all the time. And I would highly encourage, if you're building teams, if you've got sales, customers, prospects, to really get in and use this stuff. So it nudges you to stay consistent. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever, written down a bunch of people, messaged a bunch of people, had a big team coming through, and 3 months later you were like, oh, I forgot to follow up that person who was actually very interested. They seemed very capable. And then you find out they've gone and done something else because you didn't follow them up. This is really going to help you to stay consistent. It's going to help you to stay organized. It's going to help you to have a system, something that I've really wanted for my team to be able to plug into automatically for 27 years. Now, normally I'm building these things for my team outside of the company because no companies ever really get this. They don't really do it very well. But now that we have AI that can do it and it's all built into the whole system, it's within the opportunity. It's going to be super, super fun, super, super duplicatable. So you'll have an AI helper to track your follow-ups. You can use your AI to help you craft your messages, give you a prompt and say, hey, don't forget to follow up Charlie. Remember, Charlie was 2 weeks ago and you really liked him. You said he was a good hot prospect. You might want to write him a follow-up message. Maybe you want to send him a video and say hi. Maybe you want to send him a video in a different language because he speaks Spanish. Yes, we can do that as well. Monthly lead gen programs. So we have over 2 billion prospects that you can search for. This is something that is real. This is something that is quality. You're never going to be competing with anyone else in Lev AI or outside of Lev AI with these prospects. And so I've been testing this out as well. It was funny, I put in the other day that I wanted to find male or female, someone over 40, based in Australia that had network marketing experience. And straight away, it brought me up someone in Western Australia in Perth that was involved in my downline in another company like 10 years ago, was still involved in network marketing. Now, do you think that's a good prospect for me to reach out to and talk to them about Lev AI? That's a super qualified prospect. So that's when I knew that it worked. But I've put in, the Philippines. Give me a male that's over 30 that has self-employed. Give me someone that's an influencer and it's going to give me the lead. And so particularly for new people, particularly for perhaps people that don't have a big following or a big influence, or, I don't know who to talk to, I've run out of my warm market, you can have 25 leads a month coming through. You can have 100 leads a month coming through on the Pro package. Do you think you might be able to convert 10% of those? If you can, your business is going to grow, your team is going to grow. But you can also use this to find your perfect customers in your other businesses, in your other niches. It's very, very cool and it does work very, very well. This is still probably my favorite though. Of all those cool things that we have, this would still be my favorite. And so you'll get included in both packages, the basic and the pro, your very own AI twin. So we can upload a photo, I think that's how we do it, or a video. And we obviously tell it a bit about us, so our personality and how we talk. We upload some audio so that it sounds exactly like us, how fast we talk. So it'll sound exactly like me. The lip sync is exact. and it can speak in 150 different languages. And so, would this help you to prospect people for any opportunity all over the world if you could transcribe what I'm doing right now into Spanish like that, into Mandarin, into any language that you can think of just about around the world? So I put a post up on my Facebook if you want to go and look at it this week. And it was on Monday. So I said, Happy Monday, everybody. Have a great week. I hope you go and crush your dreams. And then I did it in Spanish, Mandarin, and Hindi, I believe, and I think Sweden. I just picked a random language, and straight away my inbox is like, "How did you do that? I want this technology." Well, you might want to come and have a look at what we're doing at Lev AI. So the opportunity with that is pretty crazy. And so yeah, upload your phone, and you can use other avatars. I would highly suggest using your brand, because the best brand in the world is going to be your brand, is going to be your name. Why? Because no one else can speak like you, look like you. No one else has got your DNA. You're the strongest brand you're ever going to have. So if you feel a bit shy or unconfident, I would just say get over it and use a picture of you and really start to expand your brand. Now, if you can't for any reason, you don't want to do that, you can pick an avatar, different backgrounds, different faces, and you can have them represent you. So it could be like a staff member, right? So let's have a bit of a look. I think I've got one here. This is the one I think I put up the other day.
मैं इस एआई कंपनी के साथ साझेदारी करने को लेकर बेहद उत्साहित हूं। लीवे इस समय डायरेक्ट सेल्स में सबसे हॉट चीज है। जब आप $1 अरब की इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, शानदार मुआवजा योजना और एक ऐसे निच के साथ साझेदारी कर रहे हैं जो हर जगह है, जो धरती पर किसी भी चीज से तेजी से बढ़ रहा है, डायरेक्ट सेल्स में एक एआई डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट के साथ, जहां हम पूरी दुनिया में इतनी तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं, मैं पूरी तरह से इसमें शामिल हूं। आपके साथ काम करने का इंतजार नहीं कर सकता। शुभकामनाएं।
Don't even know what I said, but people in India want to join, right? But the options on what you can do are just unlimited. So here are the two packs. Very simple. We don't get a lot of choice because we don't want a lot of choice. Basic or Pro, 49 or 99 a month. So again, everything in one place, extremely well priced and affordable. So with both packages, you're going to get the AI Twin, which I think is great value. I'm super glad that they didn't just put that in the Pro, for example, because that's going to be one of your most powerful tools. And for people that perhaps are on a tighter budget, want to stick on the 49, that's going to be a really powerful tool to be able to use. My AI social on both packs. You can have one business profile on the basic. You can have unlimited profiles on the Pro, which is pretty cool. So that's one of the big reasons that I want to use Pro. Social media growth and engagement on both. The CRM on both as well. And then just on the Pro package, that's where we start to get into the website builder. So if that is something that you feel you would use a lot and is important, you would want to look at the Pro. All the enhanced, say like lead funnels and the extra things that the CRM did, that's going to be a little bit more enhanced with the Pro. The prospecting, the 2 billion different prospects, that's only available in the Pro. Different coaching twins. And so when you get to a certain rank and by invitation, you're also going to be able to upload all of the content that you've ever done, or perhaps you can quickly fire away some videos and some content. And what this is going to be able to do, let's say you want to coach your network marketing team in 150 different languages, and they want to understand, oh, Aaron, how do you handle objections? Your AI digital twin can train them up and answer that in real time 24/7 while you're sitting on the beach, instead of me having to take a call, do an hour Zoom and teach how to overcome objections, right? Or it might be in your traditional business where they've got questions about what you sell in your shop. What's the warranty? How long does the warranty go for? Is this Australian approved? What sort of batteries does it take? So your traditional business, if you've got all that information preempted somewhere, it can be speaking on your website 24/7, plug it into your business. And again, we can do that with multiple profiles. So that's going to be very, very cool on the Pro Pack, invitation only. The interactive AI version of you. Even your mum won't be able to tell the difference, right? So there's a lot of value in that. I think it's a no-brainer in terms of what it can do. But when you really, and I'm going to go and cancel all of my AI apps. I'll probably cancel at least two out of my three CRMs, if not all of them. So I'm going to save a lot of money, even if I'm on the 99 per month package. So there's really good value in there. Strong value, accessible, my members all around the world. We are not limited to language barriers anymore. High member satisfaction. And so if you've ever actually built a direct sales team before, one of the more challenging things you can have is 10 people in, 7 people out, 20 people in, 19 people out, right? Or you build a big group and every second or third month they order some product because I don't need protein powder every month. It takes 3 months to go through my bag, but you're forcing me to buy something every month so I can get my commissions. This is going to be the stickiest membership business you've ever done. Once businesses implement this, have it on their website, have the AI twin, you tell me whether you think they're going to cancel it after 3 months. And we're going to keep the tech running so it just gets better and better and better for them. We're going to keep adding in really cool things. They're going to love the community. They're going to love the membership. And you can make a lot of money just referring Lev AI as an affiliate. So let's have a bit of a look about that. We know how big this opportunity is going to be. You're going to go from 6% of the population to 90% of the population in 5 years, and people are going to be forced to use it. Our community doesn't want just to be a community of affiliates or a community of tools. We want to be a community of education. So we want Lev AI to be the place where you come to learn about AI, and instead of being overwhelmed, you get taught it in a basic way, everything in one place. So it's going to be the place to be, but we all understand the opportunity, right? And so when we're enrolling people, we're going to make an affiliate commission. So we're going to make 50% as they enroll. So if they enroll on the $100 pack, we're going to make 50% of that. We make 20% on all of our personal enrollees ongoing. So with 100 people enrolled on the $100 pack, we can make $2,000 a month US. That's more than I've ever been able to make with 100 enrollments, right? And then what happens is it's an 8-level uni level plan. So we make 4% on levels 2 down through to 8. We also get a matching bonus 4 levels deep. So I enroll Kevin, whatever he makes for that month, I'm going to make 4% of that check as a check match. Kevin enrolls Melissa, I'll make 4% of what Melissa makes. Melissa enrolls Sam, I make 4% of Sam. Sam enrolls Stacy, I make 4% of her check. So that, once your business is really rolling and duplicating, will be some really, really big checks as well. And for the big, big, big thinkers, you're going to be enrolling 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, 500 people. That's going to turn into 300 levels and 200,000 people all around the world. So you want to be able to earn not just on the 8 levels, but on unlimited levels. And you can do that as well. So as you rank advance, you'll be able to go between 1 and 4% of unlimited levels. And sometimes people say like, oh, 1%. Trust me, there's a thing called compound interest. Do the maths on when 200 people enroll 200, enroll 200, enroll 200. Tell me how many people you have on your 10th level. All right, there's thousands and thousands and thousands. 1% of millions is better than 10% of hundreds, right? So the compensation plan is very, very lucrative and it's very, very simple. I can explain it in 5 minutes to people and just say, hey, print this out and put it on your wall because this is really your stepping stones. This is your blueprint. And just, when you launch, if you've enrolled one person and say 2 customers, there's $250 of memberships going through your business because you referred people. You're going to be what's called a lead partner. Congratulations. And you might go, hey, this is kind of cool. That was kind of easy. What's next? Well, next for you, Samantha, is advanced partner. How you get there is just enroll one more person. You've still got your 2 customers there, but now you need $500 going through each different business, each different leg. And then 3 legs, and then 4, and then 4, and then 5. $10,000 going through those 5 legs with 3 customers. 5 different teams of 20,000 going through each team with just three customers, and you're at the top of the compensation plan, making a full-time income. So it's very simple. It's easy to understand, but it's also really good in terms of like, okay, tick that box. I know what my next actions are, and we're here to help you. So yes, we'll have the digital twin here to help train you. But, we also know that we want this to be a human-based business, and we're going to be catching up and doing live events, which I cannot wait for. We're going to be traveling the world together with incentive trips, and we're going to be here to help you on the phone, on Zoom, in person, to make sure we're coaching in real time as well. So, how do we feel? We have 250 people on here, and thanks you for staying around. It means that you understand the Australian accent, and there must be some value here for you guys to hang around. Are you going to be a dinosaur or a crocodile? I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think anyone can argue with the fact that AI is the future. It's here to stay. You want to use it wisely. You want to be excited by it, not fear it. You want to become a crocodile, not a dinosaur, right? Thanks for all the thumbs up, all the hearts. Guys, we are ready to launch. This is really your last day. If you've sort of been pre-launching this for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, this is really your last day to log into your back office, and you really do want to take note of this. You might have 3 people that you've enrolled. You might not need to place anybody, but if you've got 10, 20, 30, 40 people, it might be really important today to log in, get your upline to help you with this, and just place the team into what makes the most sense for you and your business. And so, again, get back to your upline that they can help you with that. I wouldn't wait until tomorrow for that one if you've been at it for a little while. We've already got over 10 different languages in the back office. In terms of all the tools, though, over 150 different languages, so we can cater for people all over the world. Again, I wouldn't sleep on this one. In the US, when we launch today, tomorrow, any minute now, credit cards are going to be fine. As we all know, when you purchase something overseas, usually it works with the major cards, Visa, Master, but sometimes your bank's going to say, hey, did you make this transaction? Because we don't recognize this company. And other banks and other cards are just going to blanket block it, right? And so you might get it through, you might not within launch. But I would highly suggest going and getting a PayPal account just to make sure your launch is smooth in case your card gets blocked by your bank. When we launch internationally, we are going to have the PayPal and also a crypto option, which again, I just love the vision of this company because I know, for example, my whole team in the Philippines are going to struggle with credit cards, the majority of people. But with crypto, just about all of them have a crypto account. They've got MetaMask and they can go bang, bang, bang. They can sign up and they can even get paid in crypto if they want to. And so, stay tuned for the international launch any day now as well with those different options. Stay in touch. And so, with our team, we have WhatsApp groups, we have Telegram groups, we have Facebook groups. Just stay in touch because that way you'll know launches, you'll know webinars, you'll know when we go on incentive trips, you'll know when there's been a new product added to the back office. So check it out on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, X, LinkedIn. Make sure you're staying in touch on all those different socials. So, guys, are we ready? Are we ready to start? Because it's not any day now, it's any minute now. We are ready to go. So, get back to the person that invited you here. Make sure you have your free enrollment link. We're going to be able to upgrade, to a customer or to a partner at any stage now. Get Lev AI is where you want to be going. And, guys, it is very, very exciting. The time is right now. I'm here to support you in your business. Anything that you need, just reach out and we're going to build this together. Very, very big, very, very fast, but very, very stable so that we're looking not just for a short hit, but the long term build, whatever that means for you. I know everyone's got different monetary goals, different goals they have to use this product. And that's one thing that we're not going to be able to train you on. That's one thing we're not going to be able to give you. You have to sort of come to us and say, hey, look, I just want to use the tools. Fantastic. Let me help you with that. Hey, Aaron, can you show me how to make $1,000 a week? That's all I need. Absolutely. Let me show you how to make 100,000 a month. Everyone's going to have different goals. Lev AI can work with you wherever you're at. But for the big thinkers, it's very, very exciting. Look forward to working with you. And I'll see you on the next Zoom. Get ready for launch, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Record.